Hi, this is Charles 9mm again, and I got a great product to show you. This is a wonderful product made by Tops Knives. This is the XC EST Alpha knife. It is a survival knife that is made by Tops, and you know Tops is a very famous knife making brand. And this is made out of 1095 tool steel, the XC EST Alpha. This knife has micarta handles, 1095 tool steel, but it's a very odd shape, as you can see. Now, when I first saw this knife, I had a lot of doubts about it. I looked at this and I thought, actually what I thought was, what the hell is this? Was my first response to this. I was not enamored by the shape at all until I went out and tried it. It looks almost completely unused because this is a very tough knife. As a survival knife, I would recommend this, believe it or not. And the reason why is, you see this very thick spine here? What is that, about like a quarter of, no, it's like an eighth of an inch. It's very thick. And then you see how this grind drops very deeply into a very sharp edge. You see that? This knife is not going to break in a survival situation. It's not going to snap off. Even though it's short, which is nice for carry, it's easy to carry this knife in a pack or in a pouch or on your belt because you're not carrying this great big mammoth thing. You have no problem batoning with this without any fear of breaking this blade. So if you need to baton, if you're going to baton with this knife, you have no fear of breaking this. The way that this point, it has enough of a point that if you could use it to carve out, say for instance, a fireboard, to start a survival fire, and you have no problem whatsoever. You could clean game with it, you could clean fish with it, you can baton. It's short, so you're not going to get great chopping ability, but it has some weight to it, so chances are you're going to get a little bit of chopping. So all in all, it's a really great package. It makes some compromises because of size, but the point is it's a survival knife. Sure, you'd like to have, a whole set of knives for all different purposes, but if you had one knife, one survival knife, this certainly would fill the bill for it. It's got a great micarta handle, which is terrific. Now, you're probably wondering about this little concave area right there. That reason for that concave area, and let me show you what that's for. In a survival situation, and here's my fire bow, is that it goes right there, so you can use the knife as your handhold when you're when you're starting a fire with a bow drill. So that's terrific. So you're not looking around trying to find that special rock or bone or whatever with that nice little divot. You have it, so you have less materials you have to go and gather. And in a survival situation, you're trying to use as least amount of calories as possible, and having to go find one less thing is very important. Now, let me show you here also is take my my Leatherman Skeletal here, and I'll show you these screws come loose on the handle and these scales will actually come off with very little effort. And nice brass screws, by the way, which I really like those. It really handles water and so forth. So you take those out like that, unscrew those, and there's a space in here. It's like a compartment in here, and you could put waterproof matches. You could put maybe a small fire steel in here. Something else in here that's something important item that you'd want to have on you. I could see fish hooks and some fish line, and I like this as a continuous channel. They did a real nice job on this, and they inset the micarta handle as well to try to open that space up even more. So this one, I think I'm going to put probably some kind of fire starting, some tinder, and maybe some fishing line is what I'm thinking. If you've got some ideas what could go in there, let me know. But I think it's a great idea. And some people actually like to remove the scales and wrap it with paracord. That's another thing you could do as well. But I think Tops Nice has done a wonderful job with the XC EST, and I was pleasantly surprised by this one. Let me just tighten that up a little bit right there so we don't lose it. And what a great sheath too. Look at this sheath. This is the sheath that comes with it. And one thing I do like about this sheath is it does have this cover, which is nice to keep your knife from catching in the brush. It is it's really webbing compatible. It can go on your belt. It can also be worn horizontally as well, which I like very much. And plus, if you don't want the cover, you can remove it, and so you can carry it that way as well, which is very nice. So it gives you some great options. But that's the Tops XC EST survival knife. I highly recommend it, and it's going to get a Charles 9mm A+. Check it out. I think you'll love it. Take care. Bye bye.